We have a guest joining us right now from the Detroit Tigers, former 1-1 overall pick, stud at Arizona State, one of the upcoming stars on the Detroit Tigers, Spencer Torkelson, joining us on FT Live. Spencer, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me.
Great to have you. So we'll get into you, but let's start with this, just for your perspective. Thoughts on what you've seen with the pitch clock? We're going over Scherzer. Did you see what he did the other day, trying to mix a little quick pitch action? What are your thoughts on what was going on there and from your perspective on the hitter side?
Yeah, I definitely I saw you guys talking about it in the video. I don't think that's fair because as any hitter would say, they want to get a rhythm, and if pitchers just pick your head up and the pitcher's coming at you, it's very tough to get a rhythm. So maybe like get your rhythm with your head down, and then when you find it, you put your head up. I don't know, but I like what Scherzer's doing. I mean, he's a competitive guy. He's trying to find ways to win. I respect it, and he's kind of playing around with it in spring, which is kind of cool.
Hey, Spencer, AJ Brzezinski, Miggy's kind of handed over first base to you, right? What was that like? I mean, this guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer, won the Triple Crown. He kind of handed you the glove and was like, "Hey, you're the first baseman every day." Was that a special moment for you?
Oh, that was special. I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Yeah, he's one of my favorite players ever. To be his teammate it's incredible, and to have him do that, in my call-up meeting was so cool, and I'll be telling that story forever. But yeah, he's so special to be around. Just watching his BP today, he's still got it. He's special. First ballot Hall of Famer, you said it, but for him to hand me the glove and say, "Hey, it's your first base now," was incredible.
Spencer, Eric Kratz, I actually played against you. I played for Team USA when we came in to play you guys at State there.
I remember that.
You were quite impressive. Very few times do I sit there and I was like, yeah, this guy, first baseman's going to be 1-1. And I was kind of like the old curmudgeon, like, let's see. And after the game, you put together an absolute stud game. 2 rockets off the right center field wall and slider. So I've been watching you for a while. Keep going. But my real question, you said it. Miggy is a guy you watched for a while. Who was your favorite player growing up, especially since you were a Giants fan, which has a second part of a question. Who did you really want to draft you after you tell us who your favorite player was?
My favorite player growing up has to be Bonds. Just to see what he did in the box firsthand that's as special as it gets. I think behind him would be Trout and Miggy, just because they're right-handed hitters and they're also great. But Bonds growing up really only got 1-2 pitches to hit a series, and he did damage on those 2 pitches. So unless you played the game, I don't think you realize how special his numbers are. But I'd say him. And then I'd say I wanted the Tigers to draft me. I really did.
Kiss ass. Kiss ass. Come on. Well, he wanted it because he wanted that money.
Well, they had the first pick.
Wanted to be 1-1.
Yeah, he wanted to be the first pick.
I went undrafted out of high school, and I told my roommate freshman year at college, as soon as I didn't get drafted, we go to summer school at ASU, and I was like, you know what? All these teams passed on me. I'm gonna be the number 1 pick, and then I worked really hard and made it happen. So I was happy about it.
What was it like going to ASU? Having been in spring training in Arizona, I mean, Tempe is not a boring place, especially at night. So there was a little bit of do I concentrate on baseball or do I concentrate on hitting the Scottsdale Tempe scene?
He did pretty well out there.
To be honest, they cracked down on fake IDs pretty hard there. So I was under 21 all through college, so the bar scene was very, very limited for me.
Dude, it's Tempe.
We did have our fun. We did have our fun. I promise you that. But we worked really hard as a team. I loved my teammates there.
Dude, it was Tempe. Come on, they weren't cracking down that hard.
I swear.
It was Tempe and Scottsdale.
Got it dialed.
Wow.
I like it. Hey, one more question about the San Francisco fandom. So isn't your brother named after Matt Williams?
Yeah. Yeah. So the guy who stopped playing baseball after Little League is named after Matt Williams, my mom's favorite player.
The guy who stopped playing
guy who
baseball
stopped, yeah.
after Little League.
Well, did you bring up Little League because of your Little League prowess, like your record?
Yeah, I had to throw that in there.
You had to
Who were
throw
you
that in,
named
so
after,
so let's
by
hear
the
about
way?
it.
I'm not named after anyone, I don't think. But I hit homers in Little League. I think my favorite story in Little League is they're intentionally walking me. And I got to 3-0, and my uncle's the first base coach. He's like, hit lefty. So I was like, all right, I'll hit lefty. I've never hit lefty before. And I went double off the wall, first swing. It was that was sick.
Dude, that
Those
was like
bats
Rendon.
too. Those bats too are unfair.
That was like Rendon when he came up left-handed and hit a home run, right? This when they were blowing somebody out. Anthony Rendon last year, he hit left-handed, hit a home run.
Yep.
Hobby sometimes takes hacks in the cage lefty, and it's special.
Yeah.
Javi Baez does?
Oh yeah, his lefty swing is legit.
Wow. Huh. All right. So who's better? This is going to put you on the spot. Riley Green or you, just as an athlete, pure athlete? Is it you or Riley Green?
Riley is one of the most special players I've been fortunate to play with. He could track a ball down the outfield with the best of them. He could also hit a ball 450 feet oppo. But if we're talking all around athlete, I have to take him on that. I think he has me. He has me in like the speed, but I played multiple sports growing up. He seemed like he was a little baseball dominant. I think I can get him.
What were you playing?
I played basketball up until my freshman year, but I played football 4 years of high school and baseball.
Were you all-state California football? Tight end?
No, running back outside linebacker.
Running back. You're tall. How tall are you, Spencer?
6'1". I was probably 6 foot in high school, 5'11".
So you're like 5'11", 195, like H-back?
Yeah, 190. Yeah.
Did you guys run like a spread or did you run like a wing T? What was your?
A little bit of both. When our quarterback, threw the ball, we'd go out and spread or whatever, and then we had a pretty good, power run game.
Nice. You were I formation. You were the trail back, put a fullback. You follow him through the hole. I like it.
Another humble brag. I'm the running back. We had a pretty good running game. I mean,
I have a touchdown pass too.
I see what you're doing. I appreciate that. Let's get to a hard hitting question. Okay, what's the whole Guy Fieri connection? And can we get hooked up? Because me and AJ, as you might not be able to tell, we're fat and we like to eat.
Yeah. So Guy, gosh, he's one of the all-time human beings I've been around. Such a good person. What he does for the community. He's from Northern California, so he gives back a lot. But my mom's his CFO, so we'll sometimes go over to his ranch. He'll cook up some food, and it's impressive. It's very good.
So Spencer, Kratz does not know this, but I actually texted Guy Fieri today when I saw you were coming on the show, and he said Spenny. Spenny? Is that what he calls you?
Yeah,
Spenny?
that's what my mom calls me. Everyone back home calls me Spenny, yeah.
Yeah, he said Spenny's special, and you got to get him to tell you about when he did something with Tim McGraw, Guy's charity event. And Kratz, I've been on diners, drive-ins, and dives, just so you know. So
sorry,
you can't say.
Hang on, Spencer. This is a show about you right now. It's not about AJ. I just want to make sure, but I have to put the name drop in another bin. I mean, it's going to be a good charity. Spencer, go ahead.
So Guy called me one day. He's like, hey, you want to play in this celebrity softball game? It's like all the proceeds went to his charity and the Tug McGraw Foundation. And it was Team Guy versus Team McGraw. And I was on Team Guy. We ended up winning the game. And then at the end, we did like a little home run derby. And it was slow pitch softball. So the juice bats, the big balls. And then I got up in the home run derby. They picked me. And then I think Tim like stopped everything, got on the mic and said like, if I hit this ball over, so it was at a real field, so it was like probably 380 to center. It was like a high school field, 360 to left center, and they had a makeshift fence for the game. But Tim said, if I hit it over the real fence, he'll donate, like, I think he said 10 grand to Guy's foundation. And then, first swing, hit it probably 400 feet, the furthest ball I've ever hit.
So you got that 10 grand.
Yeah.
Dude, 10 grand too. Tim McGraw's so rich, he could have given 100 grand and been like.
They were tossing around money though. They donate a lot to the foundations.
Hey Spencer, so if you hosted how do you say diners, drive-ins,
and dives, yeah,
in Lakeland, Florida.
Oh boy,
where would you go?
Cracker Barrel, Hooters, and Chipotle.
Gosh, I'd go to Scarpa's. Scarpa's is a really great Italian joint. And then
the show's over. Thanks for watching.
I think I'd go to Longhorn Steakhouse. I'd have them sample the Tunyon, Texas Tunyon, and the Parmesan crusted chicken. That's the go-to order.
Okay.
So if someone wants to open up a restaurant in Lakeland, Florida, you might dominate in the month of March.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you. I mean, I grew up in Orlando, and Lakeland is kind of like in the sticks. I mean, it's gotten bigger. So, like, what do you do at night in Lakeland? There's not much to do in Lakeland. Like, you just hang out at your apartment and play some games. I mean, what is there to do in Lakeland, Florida?
Yeah, we're in a house on the south side. It's me, Parker Meadows, and Greeny himself. We have this putting mat. So we'll do some putting competitions. We'll play some cards. But, spring training, the days are long. It's hot out here. I mean, we're probably in bed by 8:30, 8:45.
So Riley Green, he should be bringing you to Orlando. I mean, he's from Orlando. He went to Haggerty and Oviedo.
Yeah.
He should be bringing you guys to Orlando.
Yeah, but how far is it?
40 minutes?
Oh, it's 40 minutes?
45 minutes?
Yeah, probably like an hour to Greeny's hometown. He's all bark, no bite. He's like, I want to take you guys fishing. Haven't gone fishing with him yet.
That's it? He won't take you like somewhere in Oviedo, like Sushi Pop or...
How about AJ's boat?
Yeah, you come over to my house and fish, and I'm on your side of town.
Tried to get Greeny on sushi. He's not a sushi guy. I love sushi.
Oh, you can come fishing at my house anytime, Spencer. I'm on the Disney side, so it's like 30 minutes closer from where Riley grew up.
Hey, Spencer, are you a video game guy? So when you do have the few hours, are you watching shows? I mean, especially, how old are you? 23? 23. So, I mean, I know I'm in the big league clubhouse, I'm going in, everyone's on their phones. And then a lot of the times I'm like, what are you guys doing on the road afterward? And I'm going to bunch, you're Gen Z, bunch a lot of you together playing video games. Are you in that crew? I mean, there are some epic video game rooms going on with certain teammates, but are you in that? Are you guys playing?
In season, I'm not. I don't even bring my console. Actually, I like to hang out with the guys, play cards, go to a nice dinner. But there are some video game guys. I can't keep up. I'm not good enough. But in the off season, there's a lot more downtime. I'll hop on the sticks.
What's your favorite game?
Probably Rocket League. It's like soccer.
Okay.
I got one
favorite stadium to play.
Favorite stadium? I have to say, or in Rocket League?
Yeah, in Rocket League. I don't care about that MLB.
They're all the same. I don't know.
All right.
Well,
I like it.
Have you
got to try this Rocket League.
You got to try the Rocket League. Have
It's
you
tough.
mixed in any suntan lotion or like a sleeveless shirt? Because I'm creeping up. I'm looking like it's looking a little.
It's bad.
I mean, that is.
Oh, baby.
We got to get
wow.
some. Yeah.
It is bad too.
Yeah, we have to send him the attire from Dunedin. The Blue Jays all wear the cutoffs. We had Whit Merrifield with the gun show the other day.
Yeah.
Nobody's rocking the cutoffs in Lakeland?
Well, first day.
Lots of people rock the cutoffs in Lakeland. They just don't play for the Tigers, all right?
Yeah, that is true. But first day, I went into lift. I come back to the kitchen to eat, and someone was sitting down with Lorenzen, and they're like, "Hey, you can't wear a cutoff until your biceps bigger than Lorenzen." So I just threw away the cutoff.
There's not a chance. There's not a chance it'll get bigger. But
No.
I mean, you got to go to AJ about that. AJ was sneaky rocking old man's cutoff.
Oh, hell yeah. When I was playing, I wore the sleeveless shirt all the time. Not anymore.
I meant Hinch. It's not all about you.
Oh.
I meant his
Well, then
manager.
You got to be
AJ
clarified.
Hinch. Why would he go to you?
I don't know. Because I live.
Yeah, we'll have to mix that in early work. I definitely need some help on the tans.
Spence. Speaking of, let's ask a real baseball question, because obviously I'm White Sox. I played for the White Sox, played for the Twins, but tell me about the Tigers. Like, tell me why I should be optimistic on the Tigers, and since I'm a White Sox fan, why I should be worried about the Detroit Tigers this year.
Yeah, at first I'd say our clubhouse from the first day just really clicked, and every single team I've been on, whether it's college or travel ball, that when the teammates were clicking and having a good time off the field, those are the best teams I've ever been on, and it kind of has that vibe right now in the clubhouse. But other than that, I'd say we got a lot of really good players. Pretty young for the most part, but I feel like we're really heavy with arms. And then, our bats, when we get going, it's going to be a tough lineup to face.
Last one from me, Spencer. Give me your last conversation with Miggy, just because, you're counting the amount of days you have left with him as a teammate and being able to soak up the knowledge of what he can bring to the table, the stories he's got. Are people gathering around him, making sure they get Miggy story time and all of that? You got people, you always have some of those teammates that are trailing a guy too, like Pujols for years. There'd be guys just trailing him, being like, I just want to do everything you do from step to step, day to day.
Yeah. I'd say my last conversation came about 30 minutes ago. It wasn't much of a conversation. He hit an Oppo homer in BP, just looks at me and gives me like the biceps. I don't know if that's a conversation, but that's just the type of guy he is. But I'm always trying to pick his brain. He's just so simple. It's sometimes hard to comprehend. But that's something that, I try to be too with this game. It's got to keep it simple and keep it light. And he does the best job at doing just that. But yeah, I definitely got it. I need a Miggy bat, and I need those batting gloves with the Triple Crown MVP on them.
Got to collect some swag, some
Those
memorabilia.
Those are sick batting
He's
gloves.
got to work on. AJ's got a whole man cave here, so you'll have one at some point, and you'll have a lot of Miggy memorabilia in there. Spencer, Thank you so much for joining us. Really enjoyed this. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, and we'll hopefully have you back soon. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you.